Hey up guys, how you doing? If you're new here, my name is Alicia. If you've been here before, how are you doing, Rosepetals? So this video is a little bit different from my other videos, as you can see by the title. I've been inspired by two people in particular. The first one is TP Lock. Shout out to you. He did a video with his wife. They're due to have their second child, and I'll put the video here, and it was called Why Black Women Wear Weaves and Wigs Over Dreadlocks. And the next one was by another woman, Imoni, I think that's how you pronounce it. Black women should stop wearing weaves. Now I thought I should address this, being a black woman myself. You know, I thought I'd get involved, put my 2 pennies in. But to do this, I needed to really ask, like, do black women really hate their hair? And it is a good question, and for me to answer it for myself, I felt like I had to go back in time and just like evaluate my hair history. I've done that on my locks, like every month I have a flashback, but I just wanted to go further than that. I've been watching this morning I watched a video, a little boy, a boy called Devonte Hart. It's been 3 years since he passed away. His photo went viral, I'll put that here, and it is a heartbreaking story. But it was really heart-wrenching. But when I was watching one of the documentaries on YouTube, this guy said this.
I'm talking in psychological terms now, not necessarily psychiatric terms, and this goes back to Freud, but the more you push away the dark side and compartmentalize, the more those compartments can grow independently and become monsters. The goal of successful psychotherapy is to integrate all the different parts of your personality into one coherent whole that could all peacefully coexist with one another.
And I'm like, oh, Sigmund Freud, do you know what I mean? But like, I get what he was saying about the different elements of you as a person. So I thought I'd break that down, because I was thinking about that yesterday. Like, I had a dream I was doing this in my dream anyway. Like, I was breaking down who I am. Obviously, I'm black and proud of it, but it doesn't define me as a person. But then I got to thinking about the other things that I am that don't define me as a person, but there is a stigma behind it. So in no particular order, I wrote them down. I feel like, do you remember watching This Is Your Life? He used to have a big red book, like This Is Your Life, like therapy sessions. So the first one is being black. Obviously we know there's a lot of stigma behind that. Yeah, enough said with that. Like, it being a woman, again, there's a lot of issues with women, and they can be looked down upon and made to feel inferior to men. Not all, but some. Also being a single mum, that can have a stigma against it, like, oh, well, you're not with the dad, what's going on? People do judge you on that as well, and it is not easy. I have got 2 beautiful mixed race children. They are my heart. They've made me a better person. They're absolutely vibrant, beautiful, funny, caring, loving.
Don't get me wrong though, they have the moments and they can be cheeky and drive me up the wall, but I wouldn't be without them. But again,
that can be another stigma in other people's eyes. Got that to contend with. I've also got an autoimmune disease, which is MS, multiple sclerosis, and it's an invisible illness. So again, the stigma with that as well. People think, oh, you look alright, there's nothing wrong with you, but you don't know, you're not feeling my numbness, my cognitive issues, my, see, I just forgot already, like my temperature, like 1 minute I'm sweating cobs, 1 minute I'm not, like a whole fatigue. How can I forget? Fatigue is like the #1. Backache, like there's a whole list of issues with MS that people don't realise, but they just look on the surface and think, oh, she's alright, there's nothing wrong with her, but it is a daily battle. Speaking of MS, shout out to you, Andy Bailey, if you're watching this. I subscribe to his channel also, and he does share my videos, so thank you for that, Andy. He has a great channel about MS as well, which is fantastic. Check him out. And also TP Locks, and also the other lady, and also hair, which is what this video is predominantly about, hair. Again, there's stigma behind black hair that it can look unprofessional, it looks dirty, unkept, you know. And I've got all these different issues, not issues, challenges that I've had to deal with as I've got older, having children, being diagnosed. Like, there's been, you know, but the thing that has been constant is my hair. When I really go back to when I was younger, it's like if you're human and a wolf is raising you, you're not a wolf, you don't have fur, you don't have 4 legs, but you identify as a wolf. For an example, do you know what I mean? So I didn't identify as white, I'm not saying that, but I didn't see, there was no colour. So that's why you know, I just grew up, and then it becomes more prevalent as you get older in high school. But in primary school, like, I remember speaking to my friend, like, we were in the E gang, because it was Alicia, Elizabeth and Emma. We were the E gang, you know, we were just so young and innocent back then. And then it got older, and it's like, well, what am I going to do with my hair? Like, what's going on? So the weave. This is weave. Comes in a packet like this, like on the box, $4.99. This is a scalp. It says you're putting it on your own scalp, but as you can see, they even put little bits of afro on there so it looks authentic. So what you would do is get it sewed on each cornrow. So what I used to do initially, I would buy the hair, so petrol, buy the hair, then I would go to someone to install it for me. But I'll insert this picture in my pink dress. You could tell it looked wiggy, like it didn't look right. So I would go to the hairdressers, the guy, and I've been going to him for years, he would cut my weave. So I would buy the weave, get it installed by someone, because they couldn't cut it properly how I liked it cut. So I would go to him. So that's 3 people that I've got my money for the hair, money to install it, money to cut it. And then, oh, I'll insert some pictures. You know, it looked great, it was good. Like, I felt confident. I've never not felt confident with weaves and extensions. However, your natural oils getting built up, so when you're combing it out, it's a mess. And also you've got the itchiness. So when you're doing that over a period of years, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. And I remember when I had a boyfriend at the time, I had to take it out, and it's a process. You've got to cut this out, you've got to comb out your plaits. It's a procedure. It's a procedure that you've got to do. So I remember people like, oh, can I see? And I'm like, no, I'm at my grand's. I wasn't at my grand's, I was taking my hair out because I didn't want him to see my natural hair. So if that's not a form of self-hate, then I'm not sure what is. You know, if you're actually scared of someone seeing your own natural hair, I don't know. It's not good, is it, really? And then, yeah, so with the guy putting that, I'll list the iceberg thing. And it's so, like, I love, like, psychology and stuff, like how your subconscious is protecting your conscious. And I just had no idea that I would be doing that to myself over all these years. Like, I'll show you, I've had purple, you know, where you plait it in, so it's like long plaits, red curls. One, I think I had this on the channel. This one, Nice brown. I've always liked brown. Yeah. This one, I've had, like, I thought the kids were playing with this. I think it's meant to be like a puff. It's meant to be a puff. So that's just a handful of what I've got. But now, and I think if it obviously we're in a pandemic and it's not ideal, but if it wasn't for the pandemic stopping my obsession, dare I say, with covering my hair, doing new styles, it would have continued on, because I've been doing it for like 20 years. I'm 37 now, and it would have continued. I've said this before in my previous video. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Now I have relaxed my hair thinking I could grow it. I've never had long hair. I've never had hair past my collarbone, ever in life. And I remember when I went natural, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I remember my auntie saying, "Oh, I don't like natural hair, it's ugly." That's what she said. I remember she said that. Natural hair is ugly. And when I was getting locks, even though my mother has had locks herself, she was like, "Oh, why are you getting that? Why are you getting that for?" Instead of saying,
"Oh, Lisa, that's so good. I used to have locks, and do you want me to help you to start it off? Oh, it's so exciting."
None of that. So if your own family cannot even support you with your own hair, how is Joe Bloggs gonna be supportive of you if your own immediate family can't even support your own hair? And I think that's going back to weaves are easier, because natural hair can be hard to manage. Natural hair can be time consuming. Natural hair is work. And weave is just, it's a short-term solution, but I'm like, I don't want to be buying hair for the rest of my life. Something has got to give you, because you see my circle of who I am, a mother, I've got a chronic illness, you know, I've got a lot of things going on. My hair, something had to change. I could not continue. I could not continue on. Now, don't get me wrong, there'll be black women out there that have weaves, that are confident and happy in themselves, and they use it as a protective style. But like I said, after so long it stops becoming protective, because it's suffocating your own natural hair. And what used to happen with me is it used to break off after with the weave. That's why with these hair flashbacks videos, my hair's always up here, because it's either broken off by the relaxer or the weave itself, because there's too much tension as well. So I'm 10 months locked now, 10 months today in fact, but I wanted to put this video out before I put my updated my normal updated one, because I think it's important to really evaluate yourself and ask yourself, why am I using weave? Have I really tried to look after my hair? Am I using the right products? You know, I think it can be a form of self-hate, because it's that European standard of, you know, long straight hairs, you know, the acceptable norm. And, you know, subconsciously that is probably, maybe that's what I've been thinking, but majority of my extensions are curly. I did have a straight period. I've got some photos, like I did like it straight, but it is just such a battle. But being on this lock journey has really turned the mirror. Like, I really had to look at myself, and just really spiritually, it's just really made me center myself, and I don't feel that anxiety now. I don't have to think, oh God, I need to buy these extensions, and how much is it going to cost me, and I need to ring the hairdressers to fit myself in, and I need to get a hair sitter. I need to get a babysitter. Like, all these elements of stress, of appointments, of money, of time, of energy have gone, mate. I don't have to think of that anymore, and it is so freeing. It is so freeing. I can't tell you the last 10 months have been just, it's been hard with lockdown. I'm not gonna forget about lockdown. For me, from a black woman to another black woman who's watching this, or someone who's just dealing with your hair in general, ask yourself, do you hate your hair? If you hate your hair, why do you hate your hair? Because I have tried being natural, and I've got 4C hair and it's thick and it's unruly. You try and straighten it, it reverts back. You put a bobble in, it pings it off. But that's the beauty of it. It's beautiful, it's unique. You have to understand your hair. Your hair doesn't have to understand you. You're one in the same. You have to, what did the guy say? You have to peacefully coexist together. And I think for the first time in my life with my hair, I feel like I'm coexisting. I remember I say to my hair twin, shout out hair twin if you're watching, we're not friends. That's what you say, me and my hair are not friends, and you're not behaving. But it's my behaviour that I needed to look at. And for me, locks, I'm coming, it's a couple of months, I'll be a year, and it's the first time I've been on a hair journey where I've been consistent. I've not had to break off and buy wigs and cover it up. I haven't had to do that. Now, locks are not for everyone, but it's a decision I've made and I absolutely love it. Don't regret it. Wish I would have done it sooner. I'm going to do another video of the different types of locks you can have. But yeah, that is it. I think, and like I said, I can't speak for all black women, but I think as a black woman myself, I think I have been suppressed consciously, unconsciously, to hate my hair, to feel like my hair's not good enough. But I don't feel like I said, like I'm liking my hair. I like my hair. I like the hair colour now. I know I did it myself. And I'm accepting myself and I'm accepting my hair. And it's taken a long time to get to this point. But there's no regrets. And I think once, so I got braces in, so if you can't, I need to do a braces update as well. Yeah, I think I'm nearly out of the awkward stage of my locks. It's been a journey. You have to have patience, and you've got to just trust the process with locks. But whatever you decide to do, it's up to you. But all these elements that I am Alicia first of all. Before any of that, I am Alicia, and if I can be a better person than I was yesterday, it's 2 thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if you've heard of Sigmund Freud. I have not heard of him before. Please check out the other people's channels and videos. Hope it helps you, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Adios.